I'm Allie Roberts with Starting Line Products, and today we're going to be showing you how to install the Power Shift Clutch Kit for 2016 through 2019 Polaris razors. The razor we will be working on today is a 2019 model. Be sure to check for specific instructions based on your specific razor model. First, remove all clutch cover retaining bolts and remove clutch cover from the razor. Razor 4 models will also require the removal of the hose clamp and air inlet hose. Starting Line Products clutch cover removal tool is highly recommended for this step. Next, clean out the clutches and clutch cover with compressed air, making sure that all debris and dirt have been removed. For this razor, it was new enough and clean enough that we were able to skip this step. Next, mark the drive belt direction of rotation. The belt is normally positioned so that the part number can be easily read. Remove the belt from the razor. Refer to the belt removal section for more information. Next, slide the secondary clutch off of the splined shaft and remove from the razor. Depending on the type of clutch kit, the rapid reactionary secondary clutch will not be reused. Models with factory EBS will use the stock-tied secondary clutch. Make sure to check which one you have and follow the instructions properly. Remove the primary clutch retaining bolt. A clutch holding tool is recommended to hold the primary clutch in place. Next, thread the primary clutch puller into the center of the primary clutch. Hold the primary clutch using a clutch holding tool, and tighten the clutch puller with a breaker bar until the clutch pops loose from the tapered shaft. Remove clutch from razor and remove clutch puller from the clutch. If you are having difficulty with this step, a small amount of grease on the clutch puller threads and the end that pushes on the crankshaft will help in the primary clutch removal process. Mark the cap, spider, movable sheave, and stationary sheave in relation to each other on the primary clutch. Next, compress the primary clutch by hand or with a Starting Line Products clutch press tool, and loosen the 6 cap bolts until the cap can be removed from the clutch and set aside. Do not remove the bolts from the holes in the cap. Remove stock primary spring. This spring will not be reused. Next, remove pins holding the weights in the primary clutch. Remove the stock weights from the clutch. These stock weights will also not be reused. Next, install the clutch weights included with your kit. Depending on your needs for each specific kit, the weights included may be different. Be sure to follow instructions to make sure that your weights are installed properly. Next, install the included Starting Line Products primary spring. Line up the marks made earlier in this video, compress the cap to movable sheave, and start all 6 cap bolts. In a star pattern, tighten each bolt a little at a time until the cap is seated against the movable sheave of the clutch. Torque all cap bolts evenly as specified in your instruction sheet. Next, we will be working on the tied secondary clutch disassembly and reassembly. Warning: Use extreme caution during these steps when removing the helix screws, as the helix is under spring tension. Use spring compression tool to hold pressure down onto the helix. Remove the 4 T25 torque head screws that hold the helix into the tied secondary clutch. Slowly decompress the compression tool and helix. This stock helix will not be reused. If you are replacing the rollers in your clutch, we highly recommend that you replace the stock square rollers with some of our own. If you are doing this, remove the pin and replace the square roller as shown. Install new helix and new spring if applicable. Make sure the spring tang is in the spring groove in the bottom of the clutch. Place the roller hub onto the spring, aligning the roller with the X marked on the clutch. The crotch of the helix will be positioned over the roller pins in the bottom of the clutch. Finally, compress helix and secondary spring into tied secondary clutch using a spring compressor or clutch press tool. Reinstall the 4 T25 torque head screws and torque to 8 to 12 foot-pounds. To reinstall your clutch, use brake cleaner and a clean rag to clean the tapered shaft on the razor and the tapered mating surface of the primary clutch. Install the primary clutch onto the tapered shaft of the razor. Hold the primary clutch using a clutch holding tool and torque the primary clutch retaining bolt to 96 foot-pounds. Once this is done, loosen the retaining bolt and torque the bolt once more to 96 foot-pounds. Install tied secondary clutch on the splined shaft of the razor, making sure the clutch is completely seated on the shaft. Using the stock secondary retaining bolt and washer, torque the retaining bolt to 38 foot-pounds. If you're having difficulty with this step, having the razor in gear will help with aligning the splines. Next, reinstall the clutch belt. For reinstalling the belt, make sure that your razor is in park. Loop the belt around the primary clutch with the belt direction rotation in the correct orientation. As mentioned earlier, the belt is normally positioned so that the part number can be easily read. Place the belt removal and installation tool into the tied clutch at the location directly above the roller. Cam the tool so that it compresses the tied clutch. Rotate the tied clutch counterclockwise until the belt is at full ride height in the tied clutch. Finally, we've included a sticker so that you can show off the power that's in your razor. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions about what you saw in this video or need any additional help with installation, please feel free to call 208-529-0244.